our usual thing where we just slowly talk into the intro and just ignore the fact that it has actually started and then go, whoa, hang on a minute, that's big humorous. Hello everyone, welcome to the Gavra Racing stream, and then yeah, everyone joins in and then it's big fun.
Nice. But yeah, unlike last time, though, I'm not going to say anything dodgy about the very legitimate and real company that is Aramco. Apologies for that, Aramco.
I'm sure Aramco watch these streams.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they're like, we're like top dogs now in the F1 sim racing world.
we are. Hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. I'm just worried that, no, we are live now, 10 viewers in. Hello everyone, and welcome. AV Cake, I don't want to become famous and buy followers and viewers on Twitch, thank you very much. The scam in the chat there. Hello Gav, welcome. Hello everyone else who's joined us, welcome to the glorious Gavra Racing Academy League. I'm once again also joined by Mr. Tucson Otume. How are you doing, Tucson, this week?
I'm good, Tiger. We had the beautiful Alfa Romeo C41 launched earlier today. I had to look at it while I was doing a geography essay, but we'll ignore that.
I was in the middle of doing a media studies lesson until so I saw in the chat that it was an Alfa Romeo. I forgot that it was on, actually, and I was like, abandoned everything quickly. Let's see what this car looks like. And I'm going to say, Tucson, it looks very nice, actually.
I think definitely the best looking car out of the ones we've seen so far. And tomorrow it's the Red Bull that's going to be released, I think, around midday, hopefully, UK time.
Speaking of good looking cars, Leo Cat, I was just about to speak about him, but he got on the gravel on the outside of the curb, Tucson, before, what is that, turn 14 or 15? Is it 15?
Yeah, final corner.
Is it 14 or 15?
14.
14. Turn 14, the big chongus corner with the huge badankadank on the outside of it. It's the big bank on the
big banky boy.
Yeah, the big banky boy. The huge curb there. Only 11 people in the stream. Is this Gab? Are we actually like Rick Holt's here? Hello. Seems not be many people here at the moment on the Monday night, but hello everyone and welcome. Easy corner to invalidate on. Yes, it is. Hello, it's X5. Just saying to say, I really like Leo Cat's livery. I think it's quite nice. I like how the black kind of fades into the red with the sort of the pattern on it. If you're looking at it, don't know if you're able to see it.
Yeah, it's nice. It's gone for a bit of a shake-up here from the first two series.
I love how Heblerino and De Hebler both have the McLaren just styles on their liveries as well. But
very solid livery.
I believe it's supposed to be quite a close championship at the moment in here. I believe we've had 2 different race winners already in the academy. I don't actually have the kind of the I don't even have the order up. Yeah, sorry, I just couldn't say words. I don't really have the list up at the moment of the drivers, but yeah, why have they only... Oh, there we go. More people are starting to enter the stream now. Hello, everyone. It's just there's not many people in. Usually there's like flocks of people like come into the stream, but at the moment, Tucson, Leo Cat leaning. Remember the last race, Tucson, didn't he get himself disqualified, didn't he? For
from qualifying.
So yeah, I mean it's been pretty good now that he's able to get himself back up and do a lap. And this is the battle that we wanted to see, Tucson, between him and Mason. So Mikey up there as well, involved in the battle, which is good to see.
Yes, certainly, and YT de Echter as well sat there in fourth in a very good position at the moment, less than a tenth off Mikey in third as well, so showing himself to be very much in the fight this evening, although Leo Cat currently leading the charge on a 1 minute 9.6, he's 4 tenths clear of the next car and about 3 thousandths down now, on his lap as he bounces over the curbs there in the middle sector. Just to reference the pole time from the Super League last season, 1 minute 8.8, which I believe was set by Attengren in the Mercedes on the soft tyres. Let's see if any of the Academy lot can get near that today.
Zexify literally just missed us saying that. He just said, thoughts on the Alfa Romeo C40 livery. Very nice. We both very much enjoyed it, Tucson, didn't we?
Yes, certainly, and just looking through the championship standings here, as you were saying, Tiger, it's extremely close. Leo Cat currently leads the way on 45 points. Mason just 5 points behind, sorry, in second position, and then Mikey in third on 33 points. It's still very close, so with Heblerino, the first of those McLaren liveried cars, on 22 points, and in fact, De Echter and De Hebler are tied on points, both having 12 at the moment. This field is very, very compact, and it should give us some very, very good racing, as Mason now, currently second in the championship, starts his lap.
I mean, this track, it isn't obviously the best one for overtaking, but it just provides some good racing anyway. Nice, of course, Mikey with a pole position down, a woman in 9.4 for him, puts himself onto pole position. But 2 cents, I'm having a look here at Mason, who's just started a lap here, still coming through sector 1. Up towards the back end of the track, not the top track. Such a high speed track, this one, isn't it, 2 cents? Very, very high speed around here, and difficult to overtake on. Definitely turn 1 is definitely a very good place to overtake on. Probably say the end of this DRS zone a lot more difficult to overtake, 2 cents, but nevertheless still it's technically an overtaking zone with that DRS helping as well.
Yeah, certainly. Going into that corner, it's one of those ones where if you're on the outside, you can get in the inside for the next corner as Mason strays onto the grass there on entry. Still 4 tenths up on his lap time, though, to make our way through the hairpin down towards the final couple of corners, where it's very easy to invalidate, as Leo Cat found out on his earlier run. Now through the final big banky boy corner, DRS open once again, bringing it to the middle of the track, and where this time for Mason stays third.
Only improves by a tenth. I said it was a difficult track to overtake. I don't know when I said it was an easy track to overtake, but it definitely is. It's a difficult one to overtake. Clone Trooper in the track 2 cents. I love how you pronounce YT underscore De Etcher. I think it's how I say it. De Echter.
If anyone can give us some Austrian or German lessons, I assume that name is. Then, we will definitely be open to receiving them. But speaking of...
apparently it's German, apparently, according to Skep Pierre in the chat saying easy track to do mistake. Yeah, definitely an easy one to spin on, 2 cents, is what we were saying earlier on before this race. And one of the easiest tracks to lose the rear on this one.
Yeah, certainly. It's a very old school track, this. You have the tarmac and then the grass or gravel. There's barely any runoff. That's definitely going to punish drivers who get it wrong
because there was no late stream. We started like at 35 minutes past 8. Or, well, 35 minutes past 9 for you guys over in Europe. But that was like 5 minutes. God, honestly.
Late.
Well, you know, but the lobby started at 8:31. So we started 4 minutes after them because I was still trying to log in. But Mason comes into pits 2 cents, not able to improve on his time, as he said. Didn't improve by a tenth, but not good enough. Have a look at Leo Cat 2 cents through the towards now the gonna go through the sector split now for the final sector. As he comes down now through the big banky boy. What is that? Like, how many degrees of banking is on that corner? I can't remember that. It's like, what is it?
I think
it puts like 3 tenths and goes pole.
Yeah. So Leo Cat and Mikey have been duking it out for provisional pole position in the early stages of this qualifying session, and it looks very, very close out there in front. Currently 2 tenths of a second.
28 degrees,
Can Mikey respond? I think something like
that. Here comes one of the McLaren livery drivers, Heblerino, just went 4th over 1 minute 9.8, and he's on the exact same time as Mason. To say this could be a close championship because we've seen Mason dominate the first 2 races. But in here, he seems to be struggling to find his lap. So, could this go into play a little bit here? It's Heblerino on the same time. BT Nuts not far behind. YT De Etcher, by the way, also closely behind as well. And so is De Hebler. So, it is really, really close at the moment. This could be another great Academy League Championship we've got on our hands.
Well, yes, certainly. I mean, the top 7 cars cycle all within the same second of each other here so far in this qualifying session. Currently 3.5 minutes left to go, so we're going to have drivers going out for their final runs in this qualifying session fairly shortly. But going to be a very, very close one. I think one of the most important rundowns into Turn 1 that we see on the calendar. Obviously, we don't have a race in Monaco anymore, otherwise that would have been the most important.
Sorry, V Roby, I've seen a lot of people losing the rear end on that first banked corner in the middle sector, the really tight one. Definitely an easy one to lose the rear on. If you what I've been doing quite recently when I've been practicing overcorrecting on the exit, and it just the rear just likes to step out on you quite a lot on the exit of that one.
Yeah, so Clone Trooper saying, can you pronounce a ch?
Sure.
Ch.
Etcher.
Is that good?
Etcher. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, I feel like that's not right though.
De Etcher. Is it de Etcher?
Oh no, they pronounce it as a K. I was just
well, they
getting
pronounce the
now.
CH as a K. So it's de Ecker. De Ector. Oh my. This is,
let's
this
just
is
leave
horrible.
it at that.
No, this is horrible. This is not good.
Checkers were trying to speak German or German. No, Clone should be saying no. That's not right.
No, he was laughing at
Never
us.
mind.
Just saying, let's try and board you with Mikey's. He's coming through. Oh no, I think he's backed out. No, he has backed out. Oh no, has he backed out? No, he definitely has backed out.
He's got ERS 0 on his.
So have a look at Roby here. Toussaint coming towards the top of the track here, down. Through this long right high hazards and like. Let's have a look at Revkov. Is he on a lap? No, I think he is. Toussaint. Person on a lap here. Revkov coming through the final corner. Want to stay up that curve on the inside. Toussaint. Anakov that curve on the outside because they're both just death. As he come down the big banky boy into the final corner here. What will he do? He improves by a 10th. And
he's 1,000. He was 1,000th slower than his time.
On my screen, he was a 10th up. Are you looking at Revkov?
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I think my interval caps are broken, apologies.
That's okay, that's fine. Here comes De Etcher, I'm going to say it like that, because that's how it's pronounced in English! That's a big slide there! And that is the difficulty, Toussaint, of those series of corners. It's a quick sweep to the right and then a long one to the left there, and you've got to hold the rear on the exit. It's a very difficult technical track, this one, as we've just said.
Yeah, looks very well hooked up from De Etcher at the moment as he's coming through the middle sector now, almost 2 tenths up on his time. This could put him in towards the top 3 positions at the moment then, with 47 seconds remaining of this qualifying session. De Etcher making his way through the second sector now, short shift up through the gears, open the DRS, got a yellow flag ahead of us. That's going to be Keflemo in the green car there. The Irishman going to try and stay out of our way now as we head to the final sector. 3 tenths up is De Etcher on his time, and now through the final couple of corners here, through turns 12, in towards 13 and 14, get the braking point just right, down into 4th gear, up into 5th now, through the big banky boy corner, keep it to the right hand side for the run up to the line. DRS open now, where can De Etcher go? Can he put himself onto the front row of the grid? No, he can't.
He almost
second
does,
row of the grid.
It's a very good lap from him though, and just saying, SSS Kreeman is back. The Estonian says, hello from Estonia, what have I missed? Said an S word. Revkov again 9th. Well, let's see, Revkov is able to improve.
Tiger. Mikey, wing damage, has had to back out on his laps. That's
he has.
Mikey's qualifying
Where's
over.
he got that from?
I think
maybe he must have crashed. Yeah, he must have. Let's have a look at someone else. Just having a look at Toussaint, who's coming to the line. The next person to the line is going to be Thiago Santos to the line here. He's got the DRS open. Will he improve? He's on 3-lap old softs. Doesn't improve. Who is next to the line? It's one of the McLaren livery boys. It's going to be De Hebler, who just went 4th in the end. That's a 1 minute 9.7. So Leo Cat and Mikey Toussaint not being able to improve. De Etcher's already improved. He's probably not going to be able to do a lap here as, Black Charizard to the line. Only good enough for 11th in the lovely gold and black livery there, the Michael Schumacher one. Who's going to be next to come across the line? It's a green, Keflemo. Has he backed off?
Yeah.
He definitely has. It's Revkov next. No, it isn't. It's De Etcher, by the way. No, he's coming to the pit. I'm trying to see who's coming across the line next.
DB.
BT Nuts and Roby. It's going to be DB. Not being able to improve. Stays last. Will anybody else be able to improve? Either doesn't he comes into the pit. Mason, can he improve? He goes pole position by 0.04 of a second. Can De Hebler improve? No, he's backed out of his lap, Toussaint. And I don't think Thiago Santos is going to improve either. And Mason snatches it at the end and puts it on pole position by 0.04 of a second over Leo Cat.
Well, Mason missed the qualifying then, 3rd pole position in a row, and he really does like these qualifying sessions, doesn't he, Tiger? They're ahead of both his championship rivals at the moment. Mikey sat there in the customary 3rd position, just ahead of De Etcher in 4th and Hebler Reno, all in the 1 minute 9, so very, very competitive pace. Those are Super League compatible times, guys.
They are, definitely. Could we see Mason in the Super League? Could we see Leo Cat in the Super League next season, Toussaint? Might be some competitors for you in the new game in the Super League.
Although I hope they slow the cars down and make the handling model a bit harder, but they won't because
it's Codemasters.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's going to be qualifying over. A lot of aborted laps there, Tiger, towards the end of qualifying. Maybe drivers trying to save their tyres for the race?
Maybe, possibly. Well, we know it's going to be a soft to medium because it's a 25% race, but definitely towards the end of the week, 2 cents. Most likely going to be soft to hard, yeah, usually around this track.
Yeah, and the 50%ers, yeah.
50% race. But in this race, it'll be a soft to medium. So here it is. So Mason on pole position. Beat Leocat in second place by around about 400ths of a second. Then Mikey 2/10 behind in third. To Etch, by the way, in fourth. Hebler fifth. Heblerino 6th. BT at 7th. Roby in 8th. Revkov in 9th. Eater in 10th. Black Charizard 11th. Clefemo 12th. Volonta Harris in 13th. Hungry Hippo 14th. Tiago Santos 15th. To Stretcher in 16th. And then DBD will round out the back of the pack in 17th place. Remember to say, anybody outside the top 10 get free choice of tyre. Hungry Hippo did actually qualify on the mediums, interestingly, so maybe he will start. Maybe is that the Hungarian flag? Yeah, maybe the Hungarian will start
Hungarian flag.
On a different strategy. Let's see if anyone else outside the top 10 does so.
Yeah, and Tiger, 9 different nationalities being represented in the top 10, so I never say we're not a diverse group here at Gavra Racing. Drivers come all across Europe and Oceania.
I remember,
New Zealand.
What was it, last season's academy? It was like Netherlands.
Yeah.
We have a lot of drivers from the Netherlands.
This season.
As Castango said, Mason does not make a lot of mistakes, he will get the championship, I think. Dexfight saying there'll possibly be a lot of contact at turn 1. We'll have to see what happens here. Piero says, I think Super will will go under a 1 minute 9. He thinks so, too, is what he's saying. He's predicting it now. Super League on under a 1 minute 9, but we'll have to find out later in the week. See Super League on Thursday. Remember, Freshman League tomorrow, then Premier, then Super, all in Zandvoort again because I like to be easy on the tracks.
Or because you don't like typing the different names of the tracks into the stream title.
No, I just like to. It's just easy if all the leagues do the same track. Apart from Academy has a slightly shorter season, but that's what we've always done anyway. But here we go, Toussaint. Formation lap. What's going to happen here, Toussaint? This is a close championship. We could see a very, very close championship. Remember, championship this season, every championship's finishing in Brazil. So, it's going to be an interesting one, Toussaint. I have to say that. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, certainly. It looks like Mason's got his qualifying down to a T. Really able to maximise it from the race, from that qualifying. Sorry, but as we saw in Bahrain, it's prone to the odd mistake during the middle stint of the race, where Leocat is particularly strong. But like I was saying before, Tiger, this is one of the most important rundowns into Turn 1 on the calendar. It's a very short run, and it's very difficult to overtake it. So it's very likely that whoever leads into Turn 1 is going to find themselves fairly unchallenged in this race without any DRS assistance.
There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people starting on the mediums, Toussaint. Everyone else on the soft tyre. I mean, it's just a soft to medium as it is a 25% race. Thank you, Kevin Lazio, subscriber Prime. They've been subscribed for 8 months, nearly a year. Wow. Thank you, Kevin Lazio. I believe it's that Jutsi Kev. Is that Ray Fizz? Because I think Kevin Jutsi is Jutsi Kev, and then Kevin Lazio, I believe, is that Ray Fizz, because I believe they're both brothers, if I'm correct. Jutsi Kev, you're in the chat, you can correct me. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting championship as everyone comes round the big banky boy, turn 14. Look at the banking on that, Toussaint. It is incredible, isn't it? We were saying, though, we do think they've slightly overbanked it in this game. I don't think we think it might be.
I think when they laser scanned the surroundings of this track, they couldn't laser scan the actual track. Then they did like the scenery. So I think that some people have said that the banking's too aggressive. But obviously we've actually had a race here in form. Well, we've had a race on the old iteration.
Well, it was going to be last season, wasn't it? But then it got. Do you reckon we will actually, even if COVID is still a thing, do you reckon we will get to it this season? Because it's not a street circuit.
It depends on the restrictions that the Netherlands have put in place to battle the current. I'm
surprised we didn't do it last season anyway, because it wasn't even a street circuit anyway. So, but here we go. The lights are going to count down, and once again, they're not going to go off when everyone is ready because.
Yeah, this happened again.
you know, when does this game ever do that? But here we go. They're going to rev up the engines here. 18 laps on the Netherlands here, and it's lights on. Away we go. Off to a good start there for Mason, but Leo Cat 2 says had an awful start. He's already lost start in a position to Mikey's. He's going to be forced to the inside. De Hebler going to the inside of by the way.
Spinner.
Roby. Oh, we got a spinner at the back. It's Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos at the back, and BT Nuts is dropping quite far down the field as well. It possibly might have some wing damage. No, he doesn't. He's in the End Racism car. It's quite a nice livery there he's got on his car. But here comes the Etcher, by the way, possibly looking for a move down the inside of De Hebler. Couldn't go for it, but that was a poor start to Saint from Leo Cat. Already lost the position to Mikey already, and this could allow Mason, to get away quite easily here from these two.
Yeah, certainly. Everyone was so well behaved on that lap one. Unfortunately for Thiago Santos, just catching the rear right of another car, and that spun him round on the exit of turn one. But yeah, very well behaved from the rest of the drivers here. But that is not the start that Leo Cat needed or wanted. He now has to get past Leo Cat and try and keep tabs on Mikey now in the remaining 17 laps of this race. Dirty air will start to come into effect as well round here. But we're going to get the DRS enabled in a couple of laps.
Thiago Santos has really bad wing damage to Saint. That's going to put him quite far back into this race. But Mason leading on lap one, Mikey in second, then Leo Cat in third. Mikey jumping Leo Cat on that initial thing here. We might see an overtaking from Black Charizard, possibly looking to the inside there of BT Nuts. He was looking for it, just couldn't get the move done at the moment, and it might turn into Toussaint a little bit of a DRS train around here, people not being able to get close enough. And obviously, you know, not being many overtaking spots, it might just be a DRS train for quite a lot of this race. We'll have to find out, but look how close Leo Cat is behind Mikey here, Toussaint.
Yeah, I was about to say, Tiger, he's really pushing Mikey in the early stages of this race. Leo Cat wants past. That gap up in front still remains under a second, but I'm sure Mason's doing everything he can to change that. Mikey being a bit more effective in the early stages. Oh, we got someone at the back. It's DBD in the gravel. DBD in the gravel. He's in the gravel. He's got to be careful he doesn't go too far the other way, otherwise he will get disqualified going the wrong way. But Toussaint, Black Charizard and BT Nuts having a little bit. BT Nuts might look for a move on Eatler down here into the heavy braking zone at the end of the second DRS zone. Won't go for that there as Leo Cat, look how close he is again to Saint, but that gap is opening out front. Leo Cat needs to get past He's got so much
Mikey
speed, Tycho.
here.
He's going to go for it with no DRS down the main straight, pulls out to the inside line, sets the fastest lap of anybody, and down the inside, Leo Cat on Mikey into turn one. Slight contact made on exit, but Mikey's going to try and come back at him now. The Irishman battling the Portuguese driver in towards turn two. Can't make anything of it on this occasion.
Leo Cat got to be careful there. He almost lost it on that curb on the inside. DVD's retired. DVD's retired already. Could that be... Is he fully retired, or is that a manual retirement? If it's a manual retirement, then...
The car isn't moving. No,
it must have been a manual retirement. I think it was. I was going to say, otherwise we could possibly in for a safety car. Haven't had a safety car as of yet. Have we even had a virtual safety car? I don't think we have actually in the academy.
Not in the... We've had a few in the freshmen. I don't think we've had any safety cars of like any description in any other league. So.
No, just the freshmen. If you're freshmen like you're listening, I'm disappointed.
But not surprised. Okay, so Leo Cat then all over the back of Mason now with the DRS open, going through the final sector now onto the main straight, Tiger.
This is what Leo Cat wanted, though. Leo Cat, but this is what Leo Cat wanted, though. He needed to get past Mikey, and he's already opened up a second gap. And now he's looking for the move on Mason. Here he goes to the inside. Will he look for the move? He's got the DRS. Can he get close enough? But just not close enough to look for the move there. So look down towards the back of the pack. BT Nuts might possibly look for a move on Eatler, and he is. He's going to go round the outside here. It's going to leave enough room for Eatler on the inside.
Oh, that's contact.
A little bit of contact again. Oh, that's a huge crash.
And that was a miscommunication between safety car.
That's a full safety car already.
Oh, and Eatler's gone into K Flemo.
And that was a penalty there. And the stretcher picking up a penalty. Hungry Hippos, they both had to slow down. And there was a bit of miscommunication there. To said, I think what was it? Black Charizard and Eatler? Was it BT Nuts and Eatler? Sorry.
BT Nuts and Eatler.
I think BT Nuts might have to take the blame for that one there.
Do you realise what we've just done?
What?
We were just talking about how there's been no safety car. And look what's just happened.
And then there's been now a safety car. Yes, what we've done is we've just fully jinxed it.
We just need to stop talking at this point.
I think BT Nuts might have to take the blame for that, though. I think there was a bit of a swipage on Eatler.
both cars tried to go for the same stretch of track, and there's just miscommunication between the two drivers. Unfortunately, it's meant that Eitler has gone without his front wing, but yeah, I think...
well, these guys come in. Yeah, they will. They will. The front two come in. Leo Cat, everyone diving into the pits. But Toussaint, let's keep an eye out, because remember, the same two cars, they might have different liveries, they might be, you know, different people, but they may have the same pit box, because that's what it is in the multiplayer cars. Will we see anyone get held up in the pit lane? Look how many people have come in. The entire grid is coming here. As Black Charizard has stayed out, and so has Volodolharis, interestingly.
We've got the two medium tyre starters, Tiger, but we have got all of the top three out in the same order in which they came in, so nothing.
I'm trying to think, is anyone being held up in the pit lane? If we just quickly look in the race director at the pit stops, we can see the pit stop time from everyone. I think Caflemo... oh no, Thiago Santos had a front wing change. I think Caflemo may have possibly have been held up, do you think, because he had 7.7 pit stop time. Everyone else looks like they were actually okay. Everyone else in 2 seconds. Roby was a 4.1 second time. He possibly also may have got held up there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was too bad of a pit stop time there for Robbie, though. Only got held for about 2 seconds, and that will be eliminated. When the drivers line up behind the safety car. This is also giving Thiago Santos another fresh air of life, kind of, if that makes any sense. But we had the safety car out here for the first time this season. Since said
safety car for contact, there was a lot of front wings shattered across the track. Like, there was quite a lot of front. I mean, that would have had to have been a safety car, because someone would have had to have come and recovered that. Because it couldn't have been a virtual safety car, because then it would have been cars travelling at an even more of a speed, while stewards and marshals are trying to recover the damage. But yes, carry on, Toussaint.
And Tech is saying that he's supporting Valadares. Yeah, that's very funny, Tech.
It's the same. Toussaint, I can't believe we jinxed it, man. Like,
yeah,
what is this?
I didn't even use the L word, like... it just happened. Oh, Eitler picking up a penalty. He's coming to the pits.
I don't know why.
He's got front wing damage.
I don't know, has he?
No, he's got...
maybe he's trying to serve the 5 seconds.
No, it is. It is a front wing change. He's got more damage.
And he's having to serve a 5-second penalty as well, which is just going to be all the bad for Eitler. But Toussaint, the good thing is, though, for him, is he can catch back up because of the safety car.
He is still going to lose crucial track position here, Tiger, and he's running out of time to make those positions back up. Black Charizard and Volodolharis currently lead the way.
Everyone keeps on making contact with Caflemo. Now Hungry Hippo has damage from Caflemo. I think Caflemo needs to be careful, because all the incidents that I've seen so far is a collision into Caflemo, so he needs
He's got wing damage as well.
Who, Hungry Hippo does?
No, Caflemo.
But Hungry Hippo does as well. I think he got it off of Caflemo.
Oh.
So I think there's something happening at the back there. I'm sure any of the Academy drivers will claim if there were any incidents under the safety car.
Geek Fusion saying Eitler and Caflemo collided under the safety car, and that's how they got the damage. And Hungry Hippo getting another 5-second time penalty now. There's more front wings flying everywhere. As Revkov's been given a 5-second time penalty for crashing into Heblerino. I think the driver's getting a bit too close. They need to behave themselves.
Yep, they need to.
Are we getting the safety car in this lap? Then nothing's come up on my screen, but the safety car has gone a long way now from the pack. So I think we are going to go back to green flag racing. Then Black Charizard
I think it is. I can't see.
Safety car.
I can't see. The safety car light's still flashing, so I don't know.
Well, either Black Charizard's...
No, it has. The safety car is coming to the pits. Here we go now.
Let's go. Black Charizard gets on the way. Hungry Hippo comes into the pits.
Look at the back of the pack. There's like 3 wide into turn 1. As here goes, I believe that's Revkov on the inside, possibly, of Heblerino. There's contact again between these guys. And here goes, who is that down the inside? It's Caflemo on the inside and BT Nuts to the outside. And it's going to go 3 wide in his back corner. What on earth is happening here? It says contact at the back again. As here goes Eitler and Thiago Santos. And Black Charizard's off again. He's fully retired on the gravel.
And how has that happened? Black Charizard from leading the race is now out.
What on earth has happened in this race? Surely that's a safety car.
Yeah, certainly. And Mikey now trying to make a move on Leocat, but can't get the drive off the corner. Leocat can't let Mason get away. He managed to make his way past Valoto Harris in the first sector. Yellows again now. And we've got another black car up. That's BT Nuts. He's now in the Ed Racism livery. As now Valoto Harris is wide at turn 11. That's going to allow Leocat to go down the inside into 13.
Leocat Leocat looked forward there, but that's put Mikey right on the back of him. Well, Mikey look for the move. No, Leocat's going to try and look for the move on Volador Harris.
Down the inside.
Yeah, but here comes Mikey. He possibly might look for the move as well, but Leocat going to go down the inside of Volador Harris and gets the move done. Here comes V Roby down the inside of Revkov, and he gets the move done. But what a race in this academy so far. It's just all over the place at the moment.
But crucially here, Tiger, Mason's been allowed to get away now. That gap is 1.6 seconds. Leocat seems to have more pace in the opening phases of this race. Can he close that gap down now?
See what he's able to do. Yeah, Leocat, that safety car, that helped him out too safe because he got caught up behind the guys on those medium tyres, and Mason was just able to breeze through. So that's really put Leocat on the back foot, but he actually is gaining down that gap to Mason at the moment. Leocat on fire at the moment here.
Yeah, his race pace is outstanding today. Currently down to 1.32 seconds now from 1.6. Leocat
he goes to Etcher, by the
fire.
way, possibly looking for the move on De Hebler, but just couldn't get the move done. And see here. Oh, we got someone else off in the back. It's Kaflemo.
And he's gone round in the final sector, I believe that is. We have another safety car here, about the halfway stint of the race. That car looks like it's not even on the track.
No, he's gone straight into the wall on what is that, turn 11? Yeah, turn 11. He's just gone straight into the wall.
Oh. Well, that being said then, Tiger, Leocat 9/10 of a second behind Mason. He's in that DRS detection point here. We're going to have a battle for the lead in Zandvoort this evening.
Yeah, this can be a very good lead here between Leocat and Mason. Don't forget though, Toussaint, don't rule Mikey out. I know he is 1.7 seconds behind, but if these two start battling up front here, Mikey could start to get his way involved as well.
And the Etcher looking at the back of Valoto Harris now. Valar is really out of position here on those worn-out medium tyres, 8-lap-old mediums. Surely must be thinking about coming into the pits in the near future then. That gap out in front, 9/10 of a second still, but here, crucially here though, Tiger, Mason with 89% battery left, Leocat only has 12.
That's
so
probably why Leocat was flying at that point, because he just wasted all of its ERS. But that's not good though for Leocat, because look how much he's using again. He just started activating it there. He's got to get closer.
Yellows,
oh, it's Mikey! It's Mikey! And he's spun round the wrong way.
And that's huge for the championship. So
yeah, and
Mikey
he's got
has
wing
come back into
damage.
the pits. And he has wing damage. Must hit the wall on the inside, so Mikey will have to come back into the pits. We'll try and go for fastest lap. That's a massive spanner in the works of his championship hopes, but it should mean, Tiger, that we're going to get a different podium here. De Hebler now occupies the... Oh, but the edge is off! And the edge is in the wall now.
He is!
And what a race of attrition that we're seeing here. Drivers making mistakes. Just under half of the race left.
We said it was going to be a difficult track, and these drivers are showing it here. It has been a very real struggle at the moment on these opening laps. 8 laps to go here, Toussaint. This has flown by the way. It's just on lap 10 already. Oh, Leocat, Toussaint almost lost the car. He got on the curb on the inside there of turn 10.
Yellows in sector 2 and
Someone's
Thiago
off
Santos is off
again. It's Thiago Santos on the hards.
On the hard tyres?
Yeah, here comes V Roby to the inside. He's going to try and go round the outside through turn 12. And he's got the move done on Volador Harris.
What a move from
round
Roby.
the outside through turn 12. Here comes Leocat. He has like no ERS left. And Mason, he's just using his ERS up on that main straight to keep Leocat away from gaining with the DRS.
Well, that's all he needs to do. He's playing the strategic game really well. Heblerina now jumping up a position as the Etcher comes into the pits then. Leocat 7/10 of a second now behind Mason. But as you were saying, Tiger, he needs to stop. Ooh! He nearly lost the car again. He needs to stop using that overtake button because he's got, you know,
the Etcher by the way is coming to the pits.
Yeah, I was just saying for the wing damage, but he's got less than a tenth now of the ERS charge that Mason does. Mason will just be able to deploy that energy.
Yeah, he needs to start
position.
saving up the ERS. I think he's doing it a little bit here, back over the 10% now on his ERS, but he needs to make sure he is saving it so he can catch up to Mason. He's going to have the DRS, but he's deploying his ERS again to He needs to save this. Just save it for a few laps, and an attack at the end of the race would be the best thing to go for.
Leocat is so much later on the brakes and towards turn 10. He gained about 3 tenths on Mason just through that corner.
And he's activated his ERS again.
Yeah, again,
surely the best thing to do would just be to save it 2 cent and then activate it when he's closer to Mason in the later stages of this race. Just save it up and use it later on, surely.
Oh yeah, certainly, Tiger. And as we were saying with this track, the ERS really does not like to charge very quickly around here. So the more you use it, the harder it's going to be for you to save up. The next few laps he keeps losing it.
Look how much Mason has. He's just able to use it through the end part of this first sector, and he's just pulling away from Leocat.
And the Leocat now is currently at that gap where the dirty air is going to start to affect his tyre wear a bit. He's only got a few more laps really before those medium tyres start to turn a bit bad, as Mikey now sets the fastest lap of the race. Has to get into the top 10 for that to actually count for an extra bonus point. Currently finds himself in top position in 6.5 seconds behind the next car, but we'll keep an eye on Mikey's charge.
Yeah, Mikey had that spin earlier, but that could be, as he said, very, very crucial in the championship. How far he is back now. And everyone pretty spaced out now, he had such a hectic start to this race. The only battle we've got at the moment is between the front two, between Mason and Leocat. But Leocat not able to get close enough, and he's got 0 ERS. He needs to start saving that. Otherwise, he's going to get to a point where he won't get close enough, and then he can't deploy it when he needs it most, and that'll be the end of the race.
Now, yeah, we've got 6 laps left in this race, including this one to go then. Leocat 5 tenths of a second behind. He's trying to do it on pure pace, but he's not close enough. But the problem isn't that he's not getting close enough, Tiger. The problem is that Mason can just deploy all of that energy down the main straight, and even with the DRS, Leocat won't gain enough. That being said, though, this is the closest that Leocat has been behind Mason for the last couple of laps. The gap was down to half a second, now back up to 7 tenths, going for the second DRS then now.
Might be able to get him into the... might be able to get him into... won't be able to get him into the DRS zone, but he's going to get mighty close to him. As just don't think that DRS zone is long enough, really. It's not long enough
Mason.
to.
Mason went a bit
look at Leocat now; it's right behind him.
Yeah, and V. Roby behind the Headler as well, but let's stay up here for the battle for the lead. Mason's gone wide again. That's going to give Leocat all the encouragement he needs. 3 tenths of a second now behind. DRS will be open, but look at Mason now. He's going to deploy all that energy. Can Leocat make a move into turn 1? It's going to be a dive bomb if he goes for it. Can't send it here, the Tiger, because he doesn't have enough ERS deployment.
No, he needs to save that ERS. He's only got 4 laps to make this move on Mason! Leocat! That was close! As Volodar Harris comes into the pits, as Heblerino pushed up into 5th, V. Roby behind De Hebler. But the battle for the lead here getting very, very spicy. And Mason depleting quite a lot more of that ERS down to his. He's nearly down to 30%, so he's just trying to pull ahead of Leocat. V. Roby closely behind De Hebler. Can V. Roby get himself on the podium here to say what a race it would be for him after he started all the way down, in 8th place? He could get himself onto the podium.
Now, yeah, certainly. I think those tyres now starting to go off on Mason's car, and Leocat's really starting to push him. He's braking so early now for turns 11 and 12, but we're going to have a different podium system here no matter what happens. But I thought that Leocat's about to wipe them both out of this race. The gap now 2 tenths of a second, going onto the main straight, the battle for the lead, on towards lap 15 now they come. DRS open once again for Leocat.
Yeah, but the problem is, though, Mason has ERS, and Leocat doesn't. Oh, Mason's run wide. Here comes Leocat to the inside. Oh, there's slight contact. And here comes V. Roby, and he gets around De Hebler, but V. Roby has a 3-second time penalty, so he needs to open up a 3-second gap to De Hebler in these last final laps if he wants any chance of keeping that podium position. But back to the battle up front. 4/10 splits these two, and look how much Mason is depleted. I think someone's retired in the pit lane, or is it Eatler off?
Virtual safety car.
And how crucial could that be now for Leocat? He can just sit to Saint and charge up that car and get as
exactly
close as he can to Mason.
21% now. Leocat charging up his ERS. Not using any of it here. Lean Mixture has to keep to the delta time though, but it is the driver's prerogative as to how close they run that delta. If Mason runs it 4/10 clean, then Leocat can run it 2/10 clean. When this is virtual safety car going to come in, if it comes in before he gets to the DRS zone, then Leocat will have the DRS. He's got so much usable energy as well here, Tiger. He's basically pushing Mason around the lap. Currently 0.2 of a second between the two. Leocat didn't overtake him. I know you want to. The virtual safety car has come in now as the cars exit turn 1.
Oh, has either got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car.
And that then is going to be unfortunate for Leocat in trying to make this move, but for Mason, crucially, it's decreased the time that Leocat has to get past. Got another car out, and that's either who's actually retired from this race.
Yeah, it's just a manual. Yeah, it definitely is a manual retirement.
But also, Tiger, crucially, in that battle for 3rd place as well, that virtual safety car has allowed Roby to open up a 1.9 second gap.
The lapped car, sorry, it was the lapped car of just Stretcher, almost hit into the side of Leocat there. That was close.
And that would have been disastrous, but both cars now using all of their ERS
just saying, it's back to the same scenario again. Leocat, back to the same scenario again. Leocat, but more than half less ERS than Mason. Mason is just going to be able to deploy this all the way down this straight, and Leocat is not going to be able to get anywhere near him.
Gap 0.3 of a second now. What can Leocat do into turn 1? It's going to be a late move if he goes for 1 onto lap 17 of 18. 2 laps left to run in this race. Mason still holds the lead in through turn 1 now, and Leocat, nothing he can do at the moment. He's just looking at the back of Mason's car. I thought he was going to wipe them both out at this corner last time we were racing, but everything stays clean between these two. Mikey now making his way up through the grid. Currently stuck behind Hungry Hippo, but not for long. He's going to go to the outside of the penultimate corner. Around the outside goes Mikey. What a move.
Brilliant move, but he's managed to do, he's done really well to come back up into 8th place. At least he's going to salvage some points from this race. Hungry Hippo might actually look for the move back, and he is going to do so to the inside. Oh, too aggressive on the outside, Mikey. That was not needed from Mikey there. He just needed to just hold it on the outside.
And Mikey could be about to get lapped here by his championship rivals, Leocat and Mason, making their way through the final sequence of corners now.
Look how much Mason has depleted his ERS to keep ahead of Leocat.
Leocat's used more though now, crucially here, Tiger, and Leocat's ERS open on the final lap of the Dutch Grand Prix. Can Leocat make a move into turn 1? You would say, Tiger, he's really got, realistically, he's got one more chance now with a DRS in the second zone down towards turns 11 and 12. Mason ahead at this point. Leocat still hunting the back of Mason's car as we go through the middle sector now and over the sand dunes.
Oh, that's multiple times now he's almost done that in this race.
And he's trying everything he can to try and get past Mason, but nothing's working so far. 0.4 of a second. He needs to be closer. He needs to save more of his ERS, but Mason's now got no ERS either, Tiger. We've seen Leocat be so much later on the brakes into the next corner. Could this be the chance that Leocat's been looking for then?
It could be. They're on similar ERS now.
Here they come then down.
No, Leocat hasn't got a good enough exit. He's not got a good enough exit to go for the move. This could genuinely go down to the final straight here between these two drivers. Mason now round turn 13.
Mason's fuel light is on.
Mason's fuel. Oh yes, he is. Leocat now to the line. He's going to have the DRS, but he's not going to be close enough. And it's going to be Mason who wins just by 0.3. And I don't think
will cross the line in third, but he won't finish third.
No, he isn't. He had 6 seconds of penalties, so it is going to be De Hebler who will take the final podium position. Heblerino around the final corner. What a hectic race we had here, Tuesday. To the line here, and it's going to be 5th place for Heblerino. Revkov around the line. The Estonians will be cheering because he gets 6th place in the end.
And Thiago Santos, after spinning on lap 1,
and he has wing damage as well still. And he's gonna finish in 7th. Hungry Hippo finish in 8th. Deetch, by the way, will finish in 9th. No, he won't finish in 8th. Hungry Hippo falls down to ninth, and the unfortunate man here, Mikey, is going to come across in 10th and secure 1 point, which is... He's not going to be pleased about that, Toussaint, I'll tell you that. Voldemar is in 11th, Destretcher in 12th, and BT Nuts will take 13th place.
And the votes for driver of the day going out so far, 3 votes for Leo Cat. Mason, though, was in absolute control of that race. Even when it looked like Leo Cat was going to be challenging him in the final stages, managed to save his ERS, was patient in the opening stages, and every time Leo Cat got close, Mason had an answer for him today. That does mean now that Mason retakes the lead of the championship, 2 points ahead of Leo Cat. Looks like it's going to be a titanic battle between these two, and an unfortunate Mikey, who's only able to pick up 1 point today.
Yeah, Mikey, unfortunately, spun on the exit of turn 13 and then hit into the side of that car at turn 1, and unfortunate for him, but yeah, well done to Mason, Leo Cat and to Hebler for the podium. What a crazy race we had here in Zandvoort, and I feel like it might be that for the rest of the week, Toussaint.
Yes, well, we certainly hope so, that we can put on some more good races for you guys tuning in to the stream. Thank you to everyone who's watching right now. All 40 of you. Getting really good audiences for these recently.
Yeah, we had about 43 people, I think was the maximum we had at one point. Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Saint, for doing what we do best.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, make sure you join us tomorrow for the Freshman League, once again around Zandvoort. Should be a crazy one, that one. And, yeah. Going to be a close championship here in the Academy. And then Premier Series on Wednesday. Super League on Thursday. We're back in GT Sport for the final time in the Group 4 cars around the wonderful Interlagos. And then there'll be a break week, I believe, Toussaint, for GT Sport. And then we'll be back in...
Group 3.
Group 3, which track? Is it Monza? No, it's not Monza.
No, it's not Monza. Natty. Natty, we need your help. I believe it might be Dragon Trail Seaside.
Is it Dragon Trail Seaside? Anyway, we're back in Group 3. This week, Group 4, then it's a break week, then we're back in Group 3 for another 4 races. So, yeah, make sure you tune in for the GT Sport. Then, yeah, that's everything, Toussaint, mate.
Yeah, and hang on, but before we go, Zexify saying, Tiger, do you remember Dutchy pronouncing ders and ers?
I do indeed remember Dutchy pronouncing the ders and ers in... well, he did it as ers.
Yeah,
and then I just started saying ders and ers. Just,
you should start doing that permanently now.
Yeah, it's quite funny, isn't it? But yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Goodbye Zexify, goodbye Piero, bye Gavra, bye Eatler, bye whoever else was in here, Kaflemo, Daza, Dylan, the Estonian guys, adios. I just said adios to Estonian people. Anyway, Techers was in here, yep.
What is goodbye in Estonian?
What is goodbye? The Estonians are still here. What is goodbye in Estonian? And that's why we'll end the stream.
Oh, is Piero calling us TNT?
TNT? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But like dynamite.
Nice. Yeah, Piero, one of our Super League regulars. I don't think the Estonians are still
Piero's
here,
like in every stream apart from the Super League because he races. Like
well,
even he comes in anyway. He comes into the comments anyway. Piero's in like every one. The Piero needs like a medal or something because even like through the whole weekend league, like between the seasons, like the special events.
We're gonna get rinsed again.
Oh, here we go.
David Zenya. Is that good, Zexify?
I don't know.
David Zenya.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, that's the
au revoir, adios, ciao, goodbye. What other languages have I missed? I did Spanish, I did French, I did English. Saichen. What's goodbye in? What's goodbye in German?
I don't know.
Top's to hit. No, he isn't.
Oh, can we not go through every global language? We need
Italian, right? We'll end it on Italian.
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao.
Auf Wiedersehen. Oh, yeah, of course, Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. That's it. There we go. Anyway, bye, everyone.